Hello students. Yesterday we have seen a case of simple pendulum and also case of a spring that is adjusted horizontally and a mass is attached to it. Means we have just let it to oscillate in horizontal directions. If we displace the mass, like suppose that this is the spring, then a mass is attached to it, and if we displace this mass, slight displacement if we made, then we have seen that if the spring has some properties like spring is inextensible, spring is flexible, and also it is weightless, and the mass we have taken or we have attached to it, that is point mass. So the spring will oscillate in a simple harmonically, and what will be its time period and frequency, we have already seen that. So next case which we have to study, that is the oscillations in vertical spring. So suppose that as we have already studied the case of horizontal spring, now the spring is vertical, then you know that when the spring is vertical, then its weight will act on the point of suspension due to gravity. Then obviously this point will be into consideration. So somewhat the time period of the oscillation, that will depend on gravity, and there will be something different factors we will obtain due to the acceleration due to gravity that is acting on the body in case of vertical projection. Clear? So if suppose that this is a spring, so this is in free, when this is in free condition, and we have already taken there is no mass of this spring, this is weightless. So if this is weightless, then in this spring there will be still no extension, no compression, because I have already told you to produce simple harmonic motion we have to take a spring which whose weight should be 0, and also there should not be any extension in the spring, and obviously when it is weightless, then there will be no extension in the spring due to that portion. So this is the particular condition for the spring. So I think there is no confusion. When there is no mass attached to it, then there will be no extension in the spring will occur. But if you suppose that now we attach a mass to this spring, so obviously as it, we have attached, suppose that this is a point mass that is attached to it, and its mass is small m, then obviously due to its mass and the gravity also acting on it, so if gravity is acting and its mass is small m, then definitely in downward direction its weight will act. So due to the action of its weight, obviously there will be some extension in the spring will occur. So suppose this extension is given by small l. Clear? So I think there is no confusion in this portion. Again, just to explain you, we for simple harmonic oscillation, we take a spring that should be weightless, that should be inextensible, and also this spring should be flexible. Means when we attach a mass to it, then its flexibility should be high so that it can perform oscillations. If its flexibility will be low, then it will extend and there will be no oscillation in that case. Means flexibility sense is that here a greater restoring force should be act on the body, which can bring it in its equilibrium condition when some force will applied on it. So there is a application of force on it, that is its weight. So due to its mass and due to gravity, there will be a force weight that will act in opposite direction, and this force will cause a displacement in this spring. So this is the same case as we have studied for simple harmonic oscillations. Like in simple harmonic oscillation, if we apply some force to displace a body by some amount, then obviously there will be an application of restoring force that will develop in the body due to its elastic property, due to its inertial property. So it has obviously inertia, and it has some means this mass is inertia, and this is actually it is weightless, so that's why inertia is not here present, but yes, elasticity will be present here. So due to elasticity, the property of elasticity, it will oppose to change its configuration means here its configuration is changing, its length is changing, it's extending due to the application of this force. So that's why it will try to bring it in its equilibrium condition, in its original condition. So in that case, a force will be applied on the body in the opposite direction. It will try to bring it in again it in equilibrium condition. Clear? So this is the particular case when we applied some mass to it. So I think there is no confusion in this section. So if you want to see what will be the value of F1, so the value of F1 that is very easy. So as the value of F1, it is restoring force, and you know that this restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement caused in the body. If this body is supposed to be performed simple harmonic oscillation, so if this F1 will be directly proportional to L, and its direction is always opposite to the displacement direction, so that's why it will be equal to minus L. So finally if you will solve it, then we will get some minus KL. Clear? So I think in this section there is no confusion. This is the definition of restoring force. Means greater will be the extension, greater will be the change in length, greater will be the displacement, greater will be the restoring force developed in the body due to its elastic nature. So this is directly proportional to its displacement, and due to opposite direction there is negative sign, and if you will solve it, then we will get this value here. And again we are seeing that due to cause its displacement in it, we have attached a mass, and this mass will apply a force on it, and due to this application this extension is generated. So this is the force, that is mg, and in equilibrium condition, suppose that after putting it, after extension, the body comes in equilibrium condition. So in equilibrium condition, you know that all forces, sum of all forces, that should be equal to 0. So the force will act in F1 and mg. So the value of addition of it will be equal to 0. So if you will solve it, then we will get F1 is equal to minus of mg. So here two values we have got, that is F1 equal to minus KL and F1 equal to minus mg. So these two are equal, as F1 is both here the restoring force. Then we can equate it and we can calculate what is the value of force constant in this case. So after equating, we will get KL is equal to mg, or the value of K, that is equal to mg upon L. So we have calculated easily the force constant in the case of vertical spring, and with the help of simply restoring force definition and equilibrium condition. So I think in this section there is no confusion. Next, suppose that if due to this mass, again some more extension is produced in the body. So if we can show these things. Suppose this is the L, that was extension produced when we attached mass to it, and this is the extension Y, that is produced after some time. So means this is the maximum displacement that can be possible in the body. So this is total L plus Y. So finally suppose that if F2 force, a restoring force, is acting on this system, so what will be the value of F2? That will be directly proportional to minus of L plus Y. Clear? Because restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement caused in the body. So total displacement is L plus Y here. So we can write it, and after solving it you can understand easily this value is minus K L plus Y. So this is the restoring force developed in the body when there is further extension caused in the vertical spring. This is the extension L caused in the spring when we attached mass to it, and that time restoring force developed is F1. But after some time it again extended to a distance Y, and due to this the whole extension that is produced in this spring due to this mass, that is L plus Y, and finally here F2 restoring force, that is obtained. So what is the effective restoring force in this case? We have obtained two restoring force, F1 and F2, and how can we say that which restoring force is applied on the system? So for that we have to calculate effective restoring force, and that effective restoring force is calculated with the help of the difference between these two restoring force. So finally, what is the effective restoring force? F is equal to, that is F2 minus F1. So the value of F1 as already I have calculated, that is equal to minus of KL. Okay? So if you will put these two values here, so finally what will we get? The value we will obtain, that is equal to minus KY. So minus KL and KL, this will be cancelled out, and here minus KY we will obtain here. So from this expression we can see that this restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement caused in the body, and this is the primary definition of the simple harmonic oscillation. Means if a body is displaced slightly, then a restoring force developed in the body that is directly proportional to its the displacement caused in the body, and that's why means when this condition will occur. In starting, this condition is occurred when L distance means L displacement it is caused, but further when it caused Y displacement after some time, then this is the final displacement, and the restoring force, effective restoring force, will depend on this displacement, because if the string will vibrate, then in vibrating condition it will comes in only in this. Suppose that this is the spring and we attached a mass, then sometimes the spring will extend it due to the mass. So this is the equilibrium condition of the spring mass system. This is spring equilibrium of spring system, but when a mass is attached and it is extended to this length, then now this length is total equilibrium condition or equilibrium length of the spring due to the spring mass system. Clear? And now again, if there is a slight displacement occurred in the body for the displacement, suppose that if y is we are displacing through its y, and now we leave it, so it will again it will starts to vibrate like this. Then it will comes to this distance L, that will be fixed. It will vibrate in this way. Clear? And this L is actually caused due to the extension property. Next I have already actually taught that thing in elasticity. So means due to the application of force, due to the application of any deforming force, there is some extension caused in the body, because the body is not perfectly elastic. So that's why some of the extension will be caused due to M. L extension is caused in the body, that is permanent. So the permanent now length is this one. Now again, if we displace it by some small amount y, then due to displacement it will start to vibrate, and also a restoring force always act to the direction of this fixed or point of suspension, that will act in opposite direction to its weight. Clear? So it means that in this condition, when it will extend to this length and then we displace it, then the body will perform simple harmonic oscillation as it is following the property of simple harmonic motion. Clear? So if the body is performing simple harmonic oscillation, then what is the time period of the body, or time period of this vertical spring mass system? So we can calculate it easily with the help of formula we have already calculated. So as we know that the time period of the oscillation, that is given by 2 pi root m by k. Clear? So this is m, this is inertia factor, this is spring factor, and in this case we have already calculated spring factor. Then after putting it, we can easily calculate what is the value of this. The value is obtained, that is m upon mg to L. Clear? So m will be cancelled out, and finally what is the time period that is obtained in this case? So this is T equal to 2 pi root L by G. So this is the time period of the vertical spring that is obtained, and this time period, if you have reminded correctly, that this is equal to the simple pendulum time period of simple pendulum. So in case of simple pendulum, we have already obtained this formula. Means if any simple pendulum that is performing the simple harmonic oscillation, it has time period equal to 2 pi root L by G. So in the same way, a vertical spring means to the vertical spring, if a mass is attached to it, then this spring mass system will start to act in the same way as the simple pendulum acts. So that's why the time period for both of them, that will be equal. Yes, there can be the difference in this length. In case of spring, this length can be differ. In case of simple pendulum, it can be differ due to different materials of the string and spring. So that's why it can be different, but the formula is same actually. So you have to just I've just taken this concept to make you understand that if there is any vertical simple harmonic motion, then in that case always gravity will play some role, and always its length will play some role. So as with the help of it, we can calculate what is its time period and what is the frequency of oscillation very easily. So what is the frequency of oscillation? So as you know that the frequency of oscillation is reciprocal of time period. So we can calculate it, that will be equal to 1 upon 2 pi rho G by L. So this is the frequency of oscillation in any vertical spring. So I think there is no problem now to understand it. And definitely if there is change in length, then there will be change in time period. If there is change in gravity, then there will be change in time period. Already we have discussed a number of cases in case of simple pendulum. Then what will be the cases if simple pendulum is attached to any trolley when that is inclined to any inclined plane. And also so many examples actually, what will be condition when length is tends to 0, length is tending to infinite, or for the free falling cases. So in every cases we have already seen the case of time period. So this time period is definitely that is dependent on these two factors L and G, and according to these two factors this time period is always changed. So that's why we always try to make the pendulum of a clock by such types of material whose time period will not change due to these properties. But definitely if you will carry a normal clock that you are using at the surface, if you carry this to the hills or in mines, then in that case its time period will definitely change. So that's why clocks will stick slowly there due to the change in its time period. As you are seeing that, definitely as you know that at hills and in mines G decreases. So if there will be decrease in G, then time period will increase. So if the time period will increase, then it's you know that rotation, the time period for the clock, that is 60 seconds. So that will be greater in that case. So due to the greater amount, obviously it will start to tick slowly. So if at surface time is going past, then at that hills or in mines you will read the slow time, means your watch will be tick slowly at that time. So that's why for the hills and for mines we have to design a new clock or pendulum clock, so that its pendulum will be unaffected due to, by its gravity. So if such types of material we will use, then in that case we will be able to see or able to watch correctly the time at the hills or in mines. Clear? So the discussion is that simple. At different places of our earth we need different pendulums watch if we are using the pendulum watch for that. So we always try to take such a material which cannot be affected due to gravity. So the gravity effect can be neglected in the case. So we have to take such a material for the calculation. Clear? And also due to the change in temperature there should not be made too much extension, as it always is also dependent on the length. And also you know that length is changing due to its elastic property, due to its due to temperature there can be length extension produced in the body. And also sorry guys, due to elastic property there can be change in length. So that's why we have to keep that factors in also in your mind. That's why we can easily actually make a good clock pendulum, so that it will show us identical time as all the peoples are saying. So I think as there is no confusion in that section, how can we understand it easily? Clear? Now the next case is when there are two masses connected to a spring. As we have already seen that we are taking the case where one end of the spring that is fixed by some balls or other things, any fixing device we can use it. But at the other end that is free, we are attaching a mass to it. But what will be the case of oscillation if we take two masses that is attached to two ends of the spring? Suppose that if this is a spring and we have attached two mass on these two strings, then we are allowed, and these are actually when the masses will be equal, then you know that in that case there will be no oscillation because the system will be in equilibrium condition. But if there will be the difference in mass, then due to that difference in mass, obviously system will try to bring it in its equilibrium condition. So that's why in that way there can be a production of oscillation in the system. So we can take that things. So if two masses are connected, then what will be the case? Let's see that. Suppose that we have taken a spring, and again the property of a spring for the simple harmonic oscillation, that should be, it should be weightless, it should be flexible, and also it should be inextensible. Actually we are talking about the perfect conditions, but in our daily life, as you know that nobody is perfectly elastic. So after the attaching mass here, there will be always some extension produced in the body. So in previous case I have just taken that condition also. So if suppose that here a mass m1 and a mass m2 that is attached to this system, and this is a spring of constant k. Clear? Now if we displace this body, any of the masses, if we displace, then this system will start to vibrate, and it will depend on the masses of the system, or also what is the mean position in this condition. Actually we have studied the case of simple harmonic oscillation in which there is a mean position, and about this mean position the system is oscillating. Clear? This is the oscillation. But what is the condition in this case, and what types of vibrations can be induced in case of two mass that is connected to one spring? So in this section, center of mass acts a very important role to understand the point of mean position or equilibrium position. The center of mass will act as a point of equilibrium point or mean point in this condition, and the axis passed through it, means this system will oscillate about the axis that is passing through the center of mass. Clear? So in this condition there should not you should not have any types of doubt then about which axis it has to be oscillate, or about which point it has to be oscillate, means what is the equilibrium or mean position. So that center of mass will act in this condition, that is mean position. So as you know that if we are talking about the center of mass, it means that we have intention to concentrate the mass of two body system into the one body system. So we have already studied the case of two body system, and we have seen that we can convert this two body system into one body system very easily. Means we can show these two masses by only one mass, and the mass is given by mu is equal to m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2. So this is known as reduced mass of the system, and this mass means if suppose that this is the point of center of mass here, then this center of point will have the mass that will be equal to this value, and now the system will free to oscillate about this point here. So this will act as the mean position, and now what will be the time period in this condition? So as we have seen that what is the case of time period, that is t is equal to 2 pi root m by k in case of one body system, and now we have converted these two body system into the one body system easily with the help of this reduced mass. So that's why in this formula we can use here this reduced mass mu, and after that it will be converted for the system of two masses that is connected to any inextensible, flexible and also weightless spring, and now the body will start to oscillate simple harmonically here. Clear? So this we have to make only one correction here, that is mu. So this is the time period of the system of spring. Their two masses are connected at two extreme points, and due to that it will starts to oscillate when there is any types of inequilibrium will attend in the body, and it will try to achieve equilibrium condition, and due to that it will starts to vibrate simple harmonically. Clear? And again students, one thing you should keep in your mind, that is the case here. Always I am saying that here this spring should be flexible, this should be inextensible, and this should be weightless. If one of the property that will change here, then due to that there will be no possibility of simple harmonic oscillation. So only we are actually studying the case of simple harmonic oscillations. So that's why this condition is must here. We have to take the string or a spring of such types of properties. After that we can get only simple harmonic oscillation, and the masses which are attached to this, we have to neglect its shape and size. We have to take these two masses that should be point masses. So with the help of such types of system only we can attain the simple harmonic oscillation in case of the spring connected as this way. So I think the problem of two mass connected to a spring, that is clear to you. We can easily understand this with the concept of center of mass. So it is also an application of center of mass. This is center of mass or concept helps us to understand the oscillations in case of two body that is connected with spring. So and also you can understand this case in the vertical condition also. So actually in vertical condition, one mass will act as the fixed point and other mass will hang. So this will convert into the problem of vertical string or oscillations in vertical spring, as I have discussed already today. So I think there is no confusion in that section. So if one of the mass is fixed and a spring is attached to it, so this will act as the fixed portion, and now the second mass that is hanging, and due to the hanging mass, obviously its weight will act due to the gravity, and that weight, due to that weight there will be some extension produced in the body or some displacement produced in the body, and obviously to oppose that extension or displacement there will be some production of restoring force in the system, and due to that restoring force obviously there will be some oscillations will continue. Here also in this case, if this mass is, suppose that this mass is displaced this mass, so there will be some two types of actually oscillation can be possible in this case. So the masses can be oscillate. Suppose that this is the whole mass system and two masses are here attached to it. This is a spring. So this can be vibrate in this situation. Clear? This can be also vibrate in this situation, and also this can be vibrate like this. So there are two types of vibrations can be possible in this case. Later when in our class you will study about the phonons, then in that case you will see these two cases of the body. Then how can, or simple in diatomic molecules, if you will study the vibrations of diatomic molecule, there can be also example of diatomic molecules which can perform simple harmonic oscillation. That is also the two mass connected to one simple string. So this is same case, and in that case also you can calculate time period, and you can see that what will be the case of vibration in this case. So vibration can be just like this and vibration can be just like this. So I think guys today what I have discussed, that all cases are clear to you. So if all these cases are clear, so rest of the things we will study in next classes. There's some examples we will study. So that's why today let's end the class here, guys.